Who are you really? I want to talk to you about who you are, your identity. And this one is going to take a slightly different turn than what you might be familiar with. Because if I ask you who you are as a woman, as a human, you will probably start telling me the roles you play. You would probably begin to tell me you are a daughter, a granddaughter, a sister, a wife, a worker, a mother, a friend, all the different roles that you play. But that's not the question I'm asking today. I want to know who you are in your spirit. So think about that for a second. Don't answer with your mind. I want you to answer with and from your spirit. Who am I in my spirit? And that is going to take you to a deeper place because I could answer that question. I will, talking a little bit about myself. I am a lover of people. I am a guide and a helper. I am a searcher of all that is and all that is holy, all that is divine. I find so much joy in connecting the divine to the mundane of the human existence and the human experience. And I don't mean mundane by everything we do is boring, but in comparison, it feels that way sometimes. But what I have learned is that everything in our life experience, all the way down to the toilet paper hanging in your bathroom, is divine because we are all made from all that is. We are made from divinity. We are expressions of God, of all of Jesus, Buddha, whoever you choose and whatever name you choose to give it. You are a direct reflection of that. I call myself a fractal God. I am not the God. I am not the originating source, but I am an expression of that. I am a fractal, a fraction. I am a fractal God. I have the exact same qualities as God. And why is that? And that includes my shortcomings as a human. Why? Because all that is encompasses all that is. And that means everything that's good about you by your perceptions or others, or things you think or others think are bad. As humans, we lay judgments on everything. We have, and it depends on where you live, depends on what country you're in, what city, what state, what continent you're on. There are different rules for everything because they're man-made. And yes, there are some things that happen in this earth that I consider to be evil. But you know what? And I will stand by those. There are certain things that as the one man on the TV shows us, I brook no bullshit. There are things that I think are evil, and I will stand my ground on that. I will have to go to my grave with that belief. However, at the very same time, I also know that's the way it is where I live on planet Earth. Planet Earth is not the only planet out there. It's definitely not the only life form out there, but that's how we judge things here. But I also know even the most hideous of humans, the most hideous acts are still expressions of all that is. And I cannot judge that because for my personal self, I can, but as a whole, I cannot because all that is encompasses literally everything that exists. So there isn't a part of you that is technically bad. We have been judged by human man-made standards, the key word being on man-made standards, for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. But I want to know who you are in your spirit. And I want you to sit with that for a few minutes and let it rise from within you. I don't want you to think from your head. I want you to think from your heart, from that place inside of you, in your stomach, in your solar plexus, and let the answer rise and discover who you are because that is the real you. That is the real you. This human that goes around making goofy decisions and flying off the handle because she's had a bad day and all the things. Yeah, that is you. But it's just a very small part of you. And many of those reactions that you're having to so many things are based on things you believe about yourself. And most of the things you truly believe about yourself down to your core are other people's beliefs, either about themselves or beliefs they have labeled and slathered onto you like soap until you thought it was yours. You thought that was your identity. You thought that was your judgment. And it's simply not. I want you to understand you're so much greater than you could ever conceivably in this human life really manage. But girl, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and show you who you are, because there is so much that is possible for you once you shed those masks and you shed the cloaks of the things that were never yours, to drop the baggage and beliefs that were never yours. You didn't need to be carrying those around, dragging them behind you like cinder blocks this entire life that you have lived. You do not have to do that. You can drop it. And I understand that sounds hard, and I'm not going to diminish that. Something that is simple may not be easy because you're fighting your ego mind that is trying to say, no, you have to keep doing the things you've always done, because what if it gets worse than it already is? I get that. And we're going to walk through all that. But for this conversation, I want you to know how amazing you are, how valuable you are. And there's nothing, literally nothing that you could have done on this planet that is going to make you valued any less, that is going to make all that is love you any less, appreciate you any less. You matter. Your voice matters. Your presence matters. If it did not, you would not be here. And I don't want to go too deep into that because you can take that in all kinds of ways, but I'm just saying you matter. You are incredibly valuable. And I believe all women are born icons. I believe that down to my toes. But what we have is a very nasty, nasty case of amnesia. We have forgotten. We have had it conditioned out of us how iconic we really are from the moment we showed up on this planet. And I want to remind you of who you are. Under no circumstances will I hopefully let you walk away from here and not have a fuller understanding of how magnificent you are and how thrilled the entire universe is that you are here on this planet. Because this planet is not for the faint of heart. We are a master class in overcoming limitations. That's what planet Earth is all about. Because at your essence, you are unlimited. You are strong and powerful and creative. You're just going through a masterclass in overcoming these limitations, and you are enhancing the entire universe by going through these things and overcoming them with your creativity and with your perseverance and your curiosity and your willingness to stay with it. You are expanding the entire universe, and I want you to know that. So in this moment, please just sit with, who am I in my spirit, and let that answer rise to the top. I would love to hear about it in the comments. If you want to talk about it a little bit more in depth, in the description, there will be a link to a private community I have over on School by the exact same name. Options are there for you. But either way, just let me leave you with this. You are everything. And don't let anyone tell you different.